What's up, everybody? It's EK. Happy Combine weekend. I'm going to drop another rookie profile right now. We're going to take a look at Tennessee's other high-end draft prospect at the position, Cedric Tillman. I did Jalen Hyatt weeks ago. That's on the channel if you like. And a lot of film bros likes Tillman more than Hyatt. His data profile isn't as good. It's not great at all. But I get where the film guys are coming from too. So I think that's why we look at both, right? Both are important assets here. So if you've watched any of these, usually I have the data card. I don't have one for Tillman. I thought about making it for this. Doesn't seem worthwhile. So we're just going to go through. This is my actual data that I use. I feed into my model. Can kind of go through it. And again, I'm always kind of looking at this line here. This is the average of guys with a top 12 season in the NFL. There's a few different, it depends what sample you take it from, but any version of doing it is going to give you a number that has some meaning, right? So looking at counting stats, you can see Tillman a bit behind on, everything really. So he's under the best season receptions, receiving yards. His 1,081 yard season is, and again, that's a fourth year for him. So not great, Cedric. It's a little bit under the best season for guys. His average yards are way, way under. So again, you're just not going to find a lot to like about his data profile. PPR points average is low. Career is low. Yard for reception, I think that tells you more about role than talent, really. But you do like to see it high. This isn't a bad number. It's decent. It's right in there. Higher than London. Higher than Jordan Addison. Similar to Justin Jefferson. So good enough, right? The one number he has is pretty decent. It's receiving yards per team pass attempt, 2.88. It's a good number. I mean, that was his fourth year, right? It was last year. He's a fifth-year player this year, so that's suspect as well for me. But 2.88 is a good number. The rest of his stuff from this is, decent. That one season, his dominator rating was nice. His average dominator rating is really weak. His scrimmage yards per play best, weak. Adjusted yards per play average, weak. Adjusted yards per play best is not terrible, but it's not great either. So fourth year breakout, don't love that. Average EPA is, maybe 60% of my best number, my number that I'm looking for. But that's not a killer. Jefferson's was a little bit lower than that. Some other guys that had decent careers. His total EPA pass average is pretty low. So yeah, again, not lots to love here. Measurables, I'm obviously lacking numbers, but we'll find out soon, right? Maybe by the time you watch this, we've already found out. So these are per game played. These are PFF stats here. ADOT, kind of tells you about roll, 14.48. It's a decent ADOT. That's, intermediate to long area of the field. 8 best season, missed forced tackles. Not terrible, but not great. 18 first downs. Again, not terrible, not great. Those are PFF grades. 64 and 63 for the offense and pass route. Not great. Yards after the catch, best season. Not great. Yards after the catch per reception. Not great. Yards per reception. PFF has them a lot lower than my main data set for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yards per route run, 1.32. That is an average, career average. That's not great. Max of contested catches, that's a pretty good number. 13 is well over the average. And, again, that might indicate what kind of receiver he's going to be in the NFL. Take a look quickly here at this stuff. This is per game played numbers. It can help backfill gaps for guys that missed a lot of games in college. Still not phenomenal, get a little closer to the numbers. 16% dominant rating. Receiving yards per team pass attempt in games played, 1.4. Still not a great number. Receptions per game, 3. What are these figures? Receiving yards per game, touchdowns per game. 41 receiving yards per game, 0.4 touchdowns per game. So again, these are just not awesome numbers. These are actually my model. If you want to know more about this, let me know. And he comes out pretty well in my model, but just because of projected draft capital, which could change, that's a lot of it. And because he gets a great film score by Lance Zierlein from NFL.com. Lance does not care about your early declare. He doesn't care about your production profile. He's just grading what he sees on film. He gave him 6.38. So that is comparable. It's a little bit better than Zay Flowers, comparable to what he gave Kadarius Toney, Jordan Addison. Drake London got a 6.4, right? So that's a really good film score. It's not, amazing. Amazing's a 7, 6.8. But it's a good film score. It says he thinks you're going to be a starter in the league, average starter, which often translates into, a successful fantasy career. But, you can be a starter and be the wide receiver 3 on a team, right? So the data, not great. Nothing to get excited about there for Toney. But let's look at some film. This is, again, what people seem to like about him. This game should be available on Dynasty Nerds. If you want all 22, you like scouting your own players, 1, you got to sub to my channel, hit subscribe, please. But 2, also sub to the Dynasty Nerds. I will drop my affiliate link and promo code in the notes on this video. You'll save 15% off any Dynasty Nerds subscription with that link. But again, the film room is part of the regular Nerd Herd package, and you get a lot of other cool benefits, extra podcasts, get the rankings. Check it out. So, all right, let's roll. This isn't that long of a game, so bear with me. So, screen pass here, bubble screen. See a lot of this on his film, kind of indicative of a team wanting to get the ball to their best player. He's fine with them. Interesting to me that they give him the ball on screens and not Hyatt, but, just have a little bit of make you miss ability. So this is what I like about Tillman. So threatening deep, big plant, quick acceleration, wide open against zone. And he does this a lot. After the first couple plays in this game, they start playing a lot more press against him because he is tearing them up against zone. But I think this is a strength for him. He's got that knack of finding the soft spot in the zone. He's got that knack of breaking at the right point to, let a defender's hips be turned, to get behind the guy that's on the shallow zone. There's a lot to like about him running routes against zone. So this is a play that you'll see a lot on Tennessee's film. This is what they did all day against Alabama, and it's Tillman clearing out for Hyatt, right? And the safety bites. Again, just looking at Tillman's route, that's a timing ball and it's on time. Boom. It's a decent play, but also Hyatt is wide open for a touchdown. Tennessee did this to everyone. This is a hypo special. He's very effective. So here's another nice zone play. Oh, nice screen here. I like the missed forced tackle. I don't know. Not that fast, not that explosive. I don't know if I use him on screens, but Hypo is certainly smarter than me. So 18, 25. Give me a sec. 35. Okay, so my next note. So he does get some cushion. I don't know how fast he is. I don't think he's slow. I think he's maybe like Drake London kind of fast, right? Um, I do like the deceleration. No, he doesn't win on stop routes consistently in this game. Again, he does kind of at the beginning. They're giving him some cushion, and then they start playing press on him. But at size, he can do that a little bit. Is that going to be what he does in the NFL? I don't know. I mean, does this guy add more explosiveness to his game? How much does his technique improve? Like, he's old. He's old prospect. He's got to be 23 or 24, right? 23 probably. This is his fifth year in the NFL and in the CFB. So, I don't know. How much ceiling do you project past what we see now? I don't know. But there's certainly some good stuff now. Again, decent deceleration. And then this is what I like. Just the awareness, I think he makes a catch on that. Like that's really good heads up play. That's situational awareness. It's being aware of what's going on in the field. Skip around a little bit. There's just nothing super noteworthy for a little while. So here's where they start pressing him, and this is interesting to me. He actually does pretty well in this little jab step. I'd like to see just like a power swipe there instead of just letting the guy crawl on him. He does get leverage. That's what he wants. He wins his route. If there's a ball on time there, it's a good play. I don't love that he does get slowed down, right? He gets off his timing a little bit. I just wish he had some different options to deal with this because he kind of does the same thing every time. He like bowls through the guy, and you'll see this over and over again for the rest of this film. Skip some. So here you can see the dude's been pressing him, just been crawling on him, and he just blasts the kid. But it's like, are you supposed to be running a route? Were you just running a little stop? Are you just supposed to? I don't know. I don't know what he's supposed to do. I like the aggression. I like the physicality. Certainly not as strong as like a Pickens who just like drops a dude. Also, I think the DB that's playing him here is pretty good, pretty physical corner. I haven't scouted. I don't scout defense at all. But the kid played really well against Tillman. So, I don't think he's some chump. Kentucky had a great defense this year. There's another press rep. You see the same thing on the release. It's like speed step, hits the guy. This one he wins the route. He gets by him enough. To threaten deep. I don't want him getting bumped and then decelerates fast enough to win. I mean, that's nice. That's a good rep. He wins that rep against press. I don't love the way he's getting off the line, but it's working. I mean, that's his release. He's using like a power release, jab step, hitting the guy. It works for him here for sure. Give up a little bit. We got some more press reps coming for you. So here, he gets the ball and makes a catch, but I mean, you feel like this should be like a shallow crosser or a drag into the end zone, right? Like, and the dude just keeps him out of the end zone. He gets the ball, he makes the catch. So this is kind of like a positive and negative. What I love about Tillman is that even when he's not open, he's open. He's got great hands. He's great at using his body and creating leverage and creating space at the catch point. I don't love the guy, keeps him out of the end zone. That guy kind of dictates his face on the play, dictates his line. So I think it's a plus and a minus there for him. It's another clean route for me. I mean, boom, ton of separation. Ball's on time, big play. Ball's not on time. Hooker gets sacked. That's on Hooker. It's not on Tillman. It was a nice play that Tillman made. Okay. So he tries the same thing again. The DB is expecting it. There's no deception. There's no threat in the double move. And it's just great coverage. You just can't get free. This is what I'm afraid of for Tillman, the next level, because he has some technique. He's got some savvy, but I don't think he has high end speed. He doesn't have high end power, although maybe he can bulk up a little bit. Um, doesn't have like incredible snap back. I don't know if he's going to consistently get open on those kinds of plays, but we've seen guys be really successful in that possession role just with the traits that he does have, that like creating space, creating leverage, can high point the ball. So some hope. I think he's going to be a little bit constrained in his role just by his limitations. There's another nice rep against zone. See, gets him turning. As soon as he gets the DB fully turned and running, boom. Now I'm gonna hip sync cut. This is a nice route. This is nice stuff by Tillman. Again, ball's on time, huge play, whatever. He doesn't get the ball. Not on him. One more play I want to talk about. It's another press rep. And he gets off this a little bit faster. The snap, it's great coverage. The ball's on time there, back shoulder. It's a good play. So that's what I got on Tillman. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I think he's got some assets. He's got some good traits. I also think he's got some limitations. I definitely think he gets a role. I think he gets drafted. In this class, there's not a ton of other guys that I can put ahead of him. But I don't know if he's going to be, your high volume superstar for your fantasy team. So, I mean, more to be determined. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And again, if you like this content, subscribe to the channel. You like film, subscribe to Dynasty Nerd. We'd love to have you be part of the team. And I'll see you next time.